Alright, today we're going to be covering the 20 best beginner bodyweight exercises. Now these are all exercises I used myself 8 years ago. I was coming out of heroin addiction, I was completely out of shape. I couldn't do a pull-up, I could barely do a push-up, I was 40 pounds heavier. This is what I used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each of the 20 and I'm going to give you variations because you can make these very, very beginner or you can make them a little harder because I still implement this stuff today. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you ideas for how to use these in workouts and actually give you examples. So, number one is running in place. Pretty simple. To increase the difficulty, you can bring your knees higher, and then you can even start increasing the speed. That's going to increase the difficulty. Number two is standing knee to elbow, almost like a march. Again, you can always increase the speed to increase the difficulty, or you can send your elbow through. Your elbow's going through instead of just touching that knee, and that's going to increase the difficulty as well. Number three is jumping jacks. Everyone's heard of these. That's a jumping jack. You can go faster to make them harder. Number four is lateral jumps. Take an object and jump over it. Make them harder and go quicker. Or you can increase your jump length. You can get a bigger object, and that's going to make it harder as well. Number five is lunges. Lunge forward. Come up. To make them harder, you can do jumping lunges. Jump right into it, that's going to get your heart rate up. Number six is air squats. When you're squatting, stick your feet out a little bit. Your knees track your feet. Your knees do not come straight forward. Typically, you want to get below parallel. So you want to come down here. As a beginner, it may not happen. For me, it did not happen right away. Get as low as you can. If it's here, fine. Just get as low as you can. With time, you'll get to parallel or below. It comes with time. Number seven, sit-ups and crunches. So let's start with the most basic. Put your feet up. This is a crunch, okay? To make this more difficult, get your upper back off. To make it even more difficult, try to get your middle back off. And that's going to increase the difficulty. And then you can lift your feet, and that's going to make it harder as well. Then a sit-up, I like putting my feet straight out and coming up and touching my toes. You can also, a lot of people do them like this. You come up and sit straight up. Those are sit-ups and crunches. Number eight is calf raises. Don't neglect your calves like a lot of people do. Standing and just raise. So you can see that. To make it more difficult, go faster or get an object that's raised off the ground. Put your about 25% of your feet on it and lift up. And then if I wanted to make it even harder, I would get some weights in my hand, hold them, and do the same thing. Number nine is mountain climbers. Get in the push-up position. It's the easiest version. Okay? If you want to make it harder, speed it up. And then even harder, put your legs up further. And that is the mountain climber. Number 10 is wall sits. Love these. They can be very hard, and it works your muscles in a different way. So get against the wall, squat down, and hold. Now, that may be too difficult for you. If it is, instead of staying at parallel, get up a little bit. So if that's too hard, maybe I'm going to get here. If I start getting where I'm strong enough to hit that down, I can come down a little. Then I can finally come to parallel, which is the hardest. Don't go all the way down because this is easy because my weight's off me. You want to be right here, typically. But until you build that up, you can sit up a little higher. It's going to make it a little easier. Number 11, the push-up. Easiest variation, get against a wall. So that's the easiest variation because you're not pushing much weight. The next variation is get an object. The higher it is, the easier it's going to be. And you push up from the object. The higher it's going to be, the less weight, so the easier it's going to get. Next variation is from knees. Last variation is a regular push-up. And then you can also play with moving your hands closer to hit your triceps more, or wider to hit your outer pecs more. Number 12, 13, and 14 are all great for the lower back. A lot of people have lower back pain. They neglect this type of stuff. If you do these, it can really help with lower back pain. So 12 is the bridge. Feet close to you and bridge up. And when you're up, you want to pause a little bit and squeeze. To make these harder, do one leg out, up and squeeze. Other leg. And that's a bridge. Number 13 are bird dogs. Get on your hands and knees. And bring opposite leg, opposite arm up. To make them harder, you can hold them longer and really push up. You're pushing up and squeezing. Number 14 is the back extension or Superman. Arms out, feet out, extend, extend. The longer you hold that and squeeze, the harder it's going to be. Number 15 are scissors, back to abs. Lay down, head on the ground, and scissor. Make this harder, lift your head off the mat. Make it even harder, lift your upper back off the mat. Hardest variation, just get your lower back on the mat. So the more of your back you have off the mat, the harder it's going to be. Number 16, jumping squats. Whew. These can hurt. You just simply jump, squat down, jump up. Okay, now obviously, you can't squat below parallel. Squat to where you can and jump. To make them harder, you can go quicker. To make them easier, just go slower. Take a little break. Okay, so you can change the variation of those. Number 17 are bench dips or chair dips. Take a chair or bench, whatever you got. Put your hands on the side, careful not to fall. Feet out, and dip. You say I can't do that, no problem. Bring your feet closer, dip. Still too hard? Bring your feet closer, dip. The closer your feet are, the easier it is. To make it even harder, get an object, put your feet on it, and then dip. That's going to be the hardest variation. 18 are the planks. Easiest variation is here. To make these harder, you can lift up legs and hold. You can lift up arms and legs and hold. Next variation is from here. You can do the same thing. And a lot of people will switch back and forth, which is a harder variation. 19 is the bear crawl, another tough one, underrated. Get on your hands and feet and crawl. Now I'm going to run out of room, so I'm just going to kind of crawl in circles. But you can also do these backwards. And that's the bear crawl. Last, my favorite, the burpee. Regular burpee, you come down, jump out, and come up, that's a burpee. If you can't do that, fine. I don't care how you get down, just get down and get up. I don't care if it's like this. That's fine, that's up and down, that's a burpee to me. Once you master those, you get to the next level, you can start stepping. You can come, you can step, you can come here, you can kind of step up, and then eventually you can get to the regular variation, where you come down, and then of course you can do more push-ups as you're down there to make it harder. So these are all 20 exercises I used to build myself up when I was completely out of shape, all right? I still use all these today in my workouts. If you want to follow my workouts, they're more advanced, but you can take this stuff and just dumb it down. If I do 500 burpees, do 50. If you have to do them the first way I showed, where you just get up and get down, do that. Build yourself up. You know, if I do a whole bunch of sit-ups, you can't do sit-ups, do the basic crunches just as much as you can. Okay, anything I do, anything I show, you can take it and dumb it down. If I do 400 push-ups, do them on the wall, okay? Or do 200 from your knees. Change the variation of my workouts. And also look at a lot of my banded workouts. They're great for beginners as well, but they can also be very advanced once you start increasing the reps and how hard they are. So a good way to take these 20 exercises and do your own workouts is a certain period of work with a certain period of rest. So I just showed you 20. Pick 10 of them, do a 10-minute workout, work for 40 seconds, break for 20. Work for 40, break for 20. So you're gonna pick 10 of them. Each exercise, you work 40 seconds, then you break 20, then you go to the next exercise. Right? So that's a good way to do it. Or if that's too hard, go 30-30, or go 20-40. If it's too easy, go 40-20, or go 50-10. And those are all ways you can help turn this into workouts. This is all very, very effective. And I'll show examples. I'll post it in the video description below when I have it out. That way you can just click on it and get an example of what I'm talking about. So Hopefully these beginner exercises help you with your journey. They help me a ton. I want you to know anything's possible. Coming from where I did to be where I am now, I used the core basics. I just put in the work, and that's it. That's all it takes, put in the work. See y'all soon.